CTV News.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Lauren Stallone. Mother Nature is showing no mercy as Midwestern Ontario received its second straight day of harsh winter conditions across the region. Scott Miller reports.
The road closed signs started to come out across Midwestern Ontario on Monday night as wind and snow made for many impassable roads.
I can tell people that if they do see a road closure sign in place, trust that there's a good reason for that. Please do not go around that sign. We've got it closed because there's a collision ahead, or there's unsafe conditions, or there's debris on the roadway. Whatever the case may be, the police will ultimately decide to close and reopen a road.
Not everyone has been heeding Solden's words. South Bruce OPP say a coach bus driver was stopped twice over the past 2 days, driving on a closed highway near Kincardine.
And if you do go around those signs, you can be charged under the Highway Traffic Act. So just prepare, check your weather sources, and make sure that you're not traveling unnecessarily. If you do need to travel, make sure you plan ahead.
Around noon hour, a brief reprieve as a handful of closed roads reopened, but that's not expected to last very long. And if by some far-off chance you might be looking for some more wintry weather, you're in luck. There is the possibility of 25 to 50 centimeters more of snow by Thursday morning, which means a lot more shoveling and snow blowing is in the near future for residents of Huron, Bruce, Grey, Wellington, and Perth counties.
I'm living the Canadian dream. This is what I live for.
You honestly like winter?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we can make money shoveling.
Blowing snow and snow squall warnings still blanket Midwestern Ontario and will likely stay in place until New Year's Day as Mother Nature ends 2025 the way it started it, with a wintry mess. In Wingham, Scott Miller, CTV News.
A Michigan man was sentenced today for murder, but not before declaring his innocence. We must warn you, the content of this story is disturbing. Michelle Molesky has the details.
This is Brian Marbury, captured on surveillance video at a motel on Huron Church Road in May 2023. A few hours later, his estranged wife of nearly 20 years, 36-year-old Sarah Boulay, enters the same room. She was never seen alive again. Today in Superior Court, Marbury told Boulay's family, "When I went to sleep, Sarah was alive. When I woke up in the morning, she was not alive." It was the first time Marbury offered his explanation for what happened to Boulay. Marbury was found guilty of first-degree murder by a Windsor Essex jury.
This is something that we have to deal with as the virus it is.
Fartuma Kusau was a witness at trial and one of 9 people to present a victim impact statement to the court Tuesday. Many family members wearing these purple sweaters with Boulay's face and her favorite quote.
Realizing that if you couldn't love, that is the greatest tragedy of it all in life.
Marbury never said he was sorry for what happened to Boulay, but admitted to her family he betrayed them when describing Boulay as a gifted and special person.
That shows you how much far from reality people who commit these kind of crimes are, that where they don't really own it and take responsibility for it.
Sarah Boulay's body was found in a shallow grave, decomposition already starting. Family members told the court it remains traumatizing that they were denied the chance to properly bury Boulay's body in accordance with Muslim culture and tradition. Her kindness and forgiveness were taken advantage of by her own husband, Boulay's sister told the court, and he treated her like garbage to be taken out. Marbury was sentenced to life in prison with no chance of parole for 25 years. His DNA will remain on a Canadian database, and he will have a 10-year ban on owning any weapons when he gets out. Marbury will then be deported to the U.S. Many of the family members thanked police for solving this crime and those in the judicial system for seeing Marbury convicted.
The cycle of domestic violence that plagues our society simply has to end. I've had a more than 30-year career. It's been a plague from day one when I started, and it continues.
Michelle Molesky, CTV News.
Windsor Police has charged one of their own in regards to a sexual assault investigation. Constable Ali Karhani is facing 2 counts of sexual assault stemming from alleged off-duty incidents involving inappropriate physical contact. Karhani has been suspended with pay while the case moves through the courts. Police say they take the allegations seriously and are committed to being transparent. Research firm Liaison Strategies polled people in Ontario's 10 largest cities. What they learned is across the board, residents feel crime is on the rise, even if that's not the case. Robert Lothian reports.
Walking in the heart of Windsor, views on the direction of the city's crime rate varies. Some are optimistic.
I've lived a lot of other places. Windsor is one of the safest places I've ever lived.
And others feeling crime remains blatant.
I see stuff going on all the time, from women being attacked. I've seen a woman being thrown in a car, calling for help.
A new survey by research firm Liaison Strategies shows 82% of respondents in Windsor feel crime in Canada has increased in the last year. That's despite Windsor Police reporting a 12.7% drop in crime this year as of November.
No matter what was actually happening on the ground, people think crime is going up for every single category we tested.
Across the board, Windsor residents proved more likely to report an increase in crime than anywhere else.
Windsorites also get American media because they're right across the border from Detroit. They're going to hear about crime that's happening right across the border in Detroit. So it is interesting to me that the highest scores are a city that shares a media market with the United States.
The survey is a reflection of whether residents feel safe. That, according to a University of Windsor associate professor in criminology. Natalie D'Elia says creating the sense of safety runs deeper than crime figures.
That doesn't just mean street crime. It means, are you more or less likely to become houseless? Are you more or less likely to need to rely on a food bank?
Despite public sentiments, D'Elia says residents are not less safe than they were 50 years ago. And while the survey shows a perceived increase in crime, she says the answer isn't always more police.
The research demonstrates what does work is holistic approaches to addressing inequality in our communities that address harder, more root causes.
Robert Lothian, CTV News.
Mechanical issues forced a Via Rail train to suddenly stop outside of St. Mary's today. The train was heading to Toronto from Sarnia. Passengers were eventually moved to London. People then boarded onto a bus to Union Station. Via says passengers who experienced a delay of more than 4 hours will be given a 100% travel credit. We are hearing from the family of a Quebec couple found dead while on vacation in the Dominican Republic. CTV's Caitlin Wilson has more.
For Alain Noel and his wife Christine Sauvé, it was a dream home in Villarriba in the Dominican Republic where they planned to retire. It's where they were spending the holidays when they were found dead on Boxing Day.
We're like in a big shock, everybody here, and I don't know. It's hard to go day by day, but we're trying.
Christine's brother, Gilles Sauvé Jr., says the couple was discovered in their bed by their adult son, who had traveled there for Christmas. He says his sister felt unwell the day before she died, lightheaded enough to go to the hospital for blood work.
She was supposed to come back the day after because it was almost everything closed there, but they didn't pass the night, so both of them.
Sauvé is now in the Dominican Republic with the couple's 2 children, waiting for autopsy results that could take up to a month.
There's nothing that is close of being suicide or a murder or a violence or something like that. There's a sickness, there's something there, but we don't know what.
Global Affairs Canada confirms to CTV News it is aware of the deaths of 2 Canadian citizens and says consular assistance is being provided, but no further details are being released due to privacy. Despite that, Sauvé says he has not been able to speak directly with local police or Canadian officials.
That is the big wish, yeah, for sure, to have a little bit more help that's on this side here.
Back home, the family is well known in Gatineau for years of community involvement, including fundraising for Ottawa's Children's Hospital CHEO and close ties to the Gatineau Olympiques, which issued a statement offering its condolences. And as they wait for answers, Sauvé says the focus now is on bringing the couple back to Canada.
They're a good family of 4, very tight family, very nice family. It's horrific.
Caitlin Wilson, CTV News, Ottawa.
Windsor Regional launched its search for a new CEO in mid-2025, interviewing candidates from across the country. In the end, the right fit turned out to be much closer to home. Travis Fortnum reports.
Side by side, Windsor Regional Hospital's present and future walk the halls together. Interim President and CEO Karen Rydell and incoming head Kristen Kennedy.
It's time for a new opportunity.
Set to take the reins in the spring, it's a new opportunity for Kennedy, but not an entirely new experience. Born and raised in Windsor, Essex, Kennedy has spent the past 5 years leading Erie Shores Healthcare, settling into that role just as the COVID-19 pandemic hit.
As many will remember, we in Leamington were one of the hardest hit regions with the agri sector.
Those years, she says, pushed her as a leader, forcing quick decisions and constant adaptation.
Although it was a challenging time, I wouldn't trade the experience of it and the camaraderie it built with the staff and to be successful.
Kennedy takes over at Windsor Regional as the hospital works towards a major rebrand and the construction of a new acute care hospital, projects she's already been involved with behind the scenes.
As Kristen's coming in, it's exciting time for the organization.
The transition also marks the beginning of the end of an era. Current interim CEO Karen Rydell stepped into the role in 2024 with nearly 4 decades of healthcare experience and more than 25 years at Windsor Regional. She'll retire in the spring.
I remember having my first job and, you start contributing to a pension plan and you're thinking, oh, 2026, that's forever. Like, I'm never going to get there. And then the last 5 years have just blown by so quickly. And I'm sure the next few months will as well.
As Kennedy prepares to step in, she's clear-eyed about the challenges ahead. She says hospitals across Ontario are under pressure, with emergency rooms seeing sicker patients, record volumes, and growing financial strain, making efficiency, stability, and support for frontline workers critical.
It's a delicate time, but I'm anxious to get started and be able to make my imprint on that in a positive way.
Kristen Kennedy officially takes over as Windsor Regional Hospital's president and CEO in April. She'll remain in her role at Erie Shores until March, when the board is expected to name an interim CEO as that transition moves forward.
Travis Fortnum, CTV News.
We are less than 24 hours away from London's New Year's Eve in the Park celebrations. Brent Lale has more on some of the musicians involved in the event.
A little acoustic performance by 3 of London's top musicians ahead of their New Year's Eve performance.
Well, it's such an honor to be part of the 4 City London Music All-Stars Band. The best of the best from that London has to offer.
A collaboration of some of the top artists in the city will once again ring in the new year at Victoria Park.
It's the region's largest New Year's Eve celebration, and it's really exciting to see everybody come together at the end of the year, enjoy the fireworks, enjoy the skating, the hot chocolate, the music, of course.
Singer-songwriter Kristen Renee will be making her All-Stars debut.
Amazing. At first intimidating because it's the best of the best in London are here, but they're so welcoming.
The rising country pop artist describes getting the call from event manager Mario Cercelli.
He explained kind of like what it is and what they do, and they play every year, and he's like, we'd love for you to join. I was like, yes, absolutely.
She's never played in front of a crowd this large. Organizers project more than 10,000 people.
Being in that big crowd with all those people, taking in the music, taking in the lights, taking in the fireworks, you just want to be there. Like you want to experience that. It's not something that you can simulate or that you can imagine. It's something that you have to just be there to experience IRL in real life.
With a wide demographic to entertain, the All-Stars have a set list plan to keep people going past midnight.
We got some current stuff like Uptown Funk and Shake It Off, some Taylor Swift. And then we got some Canadian classics like the Tragically Hip and Trooper. The vibe is celebration and gratitude, and we're going to be playing upbeat music so that everybody could keep warm. So hopefully we'll see some dancing, recognizable music, and good time celebration. It's going to be great.
Brent Leo, CTV News.
Meanwhile, in Windsor, there is no shortage of free family fun community events to ring in the new year. Stephanie Mazzotti reports.
I had a long and hard year.
Many are ready to leave 2025 behind.
Some food, some family, and good company.
Is how many plan on ringing in the new year. An outdoor bash is planned at the new City Hall skating rink, and keeping with tradition, All Saints Anglican Church is lending out skates for free.
Spree out chocolate, food trucks, DJ, the whole 9 yards. I have a little surprise. We're going to be showing the Team Canada game out here tomorrow night. That starts at 8:30, so anybody who wants to come out, watch the hockey game.
Lakeshore is hosting a fireworks show at 6:30 at the Atlas Tube Recreation Center, while the town of LaSalle will host its annual New Year's Eve fireworks show at the Volmer Culture and Recreation Complex at 7:30. Essex will host a noon Year's Eve celebration, a kid-friendly midday party with face painting, crafts, carnival-style games, and a big balloon drop at noon.
Scores! Go Shelf on Miller, and the Spitfires take flight first.
The Windsor Spitfires are hosting their New Year's Eve game at the WFCU Center. You can expect a countdown to midnight, in-game entertainment, and of course, party favors. But whatever your plans are for New Year's Eve,
it's a chance to run it back and do it all over again, right? It's an opportunity for a fresh start, a brand new day, a brand new year, and, brand new challenges, brand new solutions, brand new opportunities.
New opportunities that will hopefully build health and happiness in 2026.
As a community and as a family, we can grow and be as strong as ever before.
Stephanie Mazzotti, CTV News.
Coming up, a local men's formal wear store is celebrating 60 years in style. Canada's main stock index finished lower as declines in technology stocks offset gains in the basic materials sector. The TSX slid 30 points, while on Wall Street, the Dow fell 94 and the Nasdaq was off 55. The dollar saw a slight loss. Gold was up almost $43 and oil was down 13 cents a barrel. Despite the constant changes in fashion and formal wear, a well-known London business has been able to adapt over time and expand for 60 years in retail. CTV's Nick Paparella has more on the big anniversary.
Thank you for calling Collins. Cole speaking. How can I help you?
60 years in business is something just a few retailers are able to celebrate.
It's a real accomplishment for our family, so it's exciting for us, exciting for London, and yeah, we're happy to be here.
From humble beginnings with one small London location in 1965, Collins Clothiers has expanded to include 7 corporate stores in southern Ontario, with its main location on Adelaide Street South. There are also 140 wholesale spots across the country. Kurt Collins is the third-generation owner. It all started with his grandmother, Judy, offering wedding gowns and formal wear.
Small little store on Worley Road. She just decided one day that she was working in an existing store and she wanted to go on her own, so she did. Dad took over, built the company up, and I took over probably fully about 10 to 15 years ago, and it's grown tremendously. Yeah, we're up to almost 70 employees, 40 full-time, 30 seasonal employees. So, but it's changed so much. We were, once tuxedo rentals and bridal, now we're clothing.
For more than 20 years, Collins has been selling men's clothing. However, formal wear still makes up a big part of their business, making up for 50% of sales.
Corporate stores are now doing tuxedos, suits, men's clothing, boys' clothing, everything related to clothing now. So we've just expanded to offer much more than we did at one time.
Over the years, the Collins family have supported the community that has supported them.
Well, I've always believed that if you give back to the community supports you, right? We saw that through COVID, we saw it through all the years, but we're a big proponent of charity. We do lots of charity with the London Health Science Centers, Child Can, and many others.
And as for the next 60 years,
it's humbling to see where we've got to. I think it's just amazing. Where do I see us? Just continue to offer value, customer service. I think that's the big thing that we're going to focus on, is just the customers and building it from there.
Nick Paparella, CTV News.
Good evening and Happy New Year, folks. I'm meteorologist Gary Archibald for CTV News. The system lingers. It's really wound up, and from this vantage point, you can see a lot of snow anywhere from the Lake Superior shores due east towards Lake Ontario, and we're caught in the middle here in southern Ontario. Lake effect snow, the enhancement continues anywhere from 20 to 40 centimeters additionally in the next 24 hours for parts of the Midwest and southwestern Ontario. I'll talk about the big day coming and how it's all panning out for the first week of 2026 coming up.
Gary joins me now with your full weather forecast. Gary?
Well, Lauren, I think for the big day, the first day of 2026, it's going to stay cold. We'll still be in that wind and blustery conditions, northwesterlies and westerlies fetching across the Great Lakes. So in short, lake enhanced snow, the snow squalls and near whiteout conditions will continue. And unfortunately, for some drives along the 7 near Sarnia, the 21, eastern shores of Lake Huron, further inland, the 86, the 6, not the best drives through that region. So if you live in Hanover, expect lake effect northwesterlies to bring at least another 10 to 20 tonight. We'll get a burst of snow Wednesday and again potentially Thursday night. So it's a snowy beginning to 2026, and we're already into a snowy end of 2025. Some of these estimations are going to fluctuate, but the general consensus is 20 to 40 additional centimeters in places from Sarnia north towards Waterton, Owen Sound, obviously Mount Forest, Hanover, Shelburne, Dundalk, all looking at heavy amounts. It's cold tonight, anywhere from 6 to 8 degrees below seasonal. So the overnight low temperature will be somewhere between -6 to -11, feeling like -15 to -20. For the city of London, take a look at our highs and lows anticipated. Cold tomorrow, New Year's Eve. Snow squall risk with flurries, an additional 5 to 10 centimeters. New Year's Day, -8. When our normal high is about -2, and we'll still be into flurries Friday through the first weekend of 2026. We will warm up a bit Sunday into Monday, might even get to about 0 degrees come Monday, so we'll have to wait for the warm up. Midwest, similar look at flurries, snow squall activity, whiteout conditions as mentioned with the lake enhancement coming off Huron. Thursday's a cold day, the first day of the new year. Flurries for Friday, Saturday, Sunday. A general moderation of temperatures will climb close to about -1 on Monday and then see more snow and get colder a week from now on Tuesday. For Windsor, cold tonight, couple of centimeters tomorrow, and then cold with some snow early and then a bit of a break in extreme southwestern Ontario. Some sunshine, but a high of -6 feels like about -12. Flurries for Friday, partially for the weekend Sunday, and then more of the same Monday, with temperatures getting up to maybe +1 6 days from now before we get colder. So, in short, it's going to be an active weather next 24 to 48 hours, taking us in to the new year. Happy New Year, folks.
Thanks, Gary. The London Knights will play the second of a back-to-back with the Sarnia Sting tomorrow, and they'll have a couple new additions which should help them in the second half of the season. Brent Lale reports.
The London Knights' Christmas wish came true. Needing more scoring, they are set to add William Nicol and Jesse Nurmi into tomorrow's lineup.
That's a big boost for the guys. The team's pretty excited in the dressing room.
Nicol has not played since off-season upper body surgery.
I've been out for five or 6 months now, and just being around the room, it's great, but you're not really into it until you're back on the ice in a game with the boys.
Here goes Nurmi the other way. Nurmi scores!
Nurmi has been sent back to the Knights from the American Hockey League. He's flying into Canada today, and if his paperwork gets approved, his transfer back to the OHL will be done in time to play Wednesday.
Jesse Nurmi was just kind of a bonus that you don't expect, but it's definitely nice bringing another guy with Memorial Cup pedigree back into the lineup.
Been one of my best friends since the first day he's got here, so to hear that he's coming back is unbelievable.
The additions of Nicol and Nurmi come at a time when the Knights are just starting to hit their stride. Heading into their New Year's Eve game against the Sarnia Sting, they've won 4 in a row under interim head coach Dylan Hunter.
A lot of positivity right now with our game. Obviously, our conference is never easy. You got a bunch of other teams there that are just hitting their stride as well.
For Nicol, there have been times when it felt like this return would never come.
Come in early morning, do some rehab, skate, work out, and sort of repeat. So it's been a grind. I think the staff and the players, like my teammates, they're unbelievable. The best guys you could ask for. So they made it pretty easy to stay motivated, and that drive to come back, pretty easy.
The OHL trade deadline is now less than 2 weeks away. With these two additions and Sam O'Reilly returning from Team Canada next week, it's possible the Knights could push all in again for a run at a third straight OHL title.
We'll just worry about that game right now and get through that, and we'll continue our discussions about where the team is and where it's going.
Brent Lale, CTV News.
The Salvation Army's Christmas Kettle campaign in Windsor has raised over $237,000. The month-long campaign wrapped up Christmas Eve. The goal was to raise $250,000 to support local programs that help those facing food insecurity, homelessness, economic hardship. The Salvation Army had 15 Kettle locations throughout Windsor, Essex this year, positioned mainly in high-traffic shopping areas. This is the last week for Bright Lights Windsor. It's open every night, but just until January 7th. In addition to dazzling displays and vendor market, the Express Holiday Train runs daily from 6 to 8 p.m. Sensory-friendly silent nights are offered Monday evenings, and for those with mobility difficulties, city staff will take visitors on a guided tour on a golf cart. That's our time tonight. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. I'm Lauren Stallone. Have a great night.